All right, guys, this is something that I feel that needs to be said. And I know a little while back I did a video on an influencer passing who went to the crazy fruitarian, raw vegan side of veganism. And look, I get it. People want to make their dietary choices. People want to identify with a special diet name and refer to it as a lifestyle and everything else. And I get that. I am fully aware there are, in some cases, moral connotations attached to all of this. I personally think those are misguided, but, not my call to tell other people, how to live their life and determine what their morals are. So, the thing is, people do a lot of very extreme diets, and extreme diets to where they're cutting out normal whole food sources. I get it if a person's diet cuts out junk food. All right, like a person says, I'm not going to eat any hyper palatable, calorie dense foods. Now, for some people, that's not a good idea to cut those out. Just FYI, certain types of athletes. But for the overwhelming, the majority of the population, particularly more sedentary population that do not have very physically demanding jobs, that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. They're not losing any benefits or nutrition in their diet by doing that. Because these are not people who need a literal empty calories. There are athletes who do, by the way. There are people, definitely people who lift and then go do extremely strenuous jobs. Yeah, it could definitely be the case. But I digress. That aside, that's not what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about people who are cutting out entire, whole foods, healthy foods, such as carbohydrates. Okay, so let's say they do a ketogenic diet, and they're cutting out virtually all of their carbohydrates. Okay, that's an extreme diet. Veganism is an extreme diet. You are cutting out all animal products. Okay, before people say, well, that's not extreme compared to, no, we don't want to hear it. For all of human history, humans have always been meat eaters. We have been forever, and other animal products. It's a normal part of being human. So it's an extreme diet. Notice I didn't tell anybody in here that they're wrong for it. I might disagree with both of these stances, and I do. I do disagree with these stances. But, okay, they're extreme. And if you can't admit that, we got a problem. They're extreme. Here's the issue, all right? People are already doing an extreme diet. Why is it that there's always a large group of people who need to one-up this and say, that diet's not extreme enough, I need to go more extreme? And even worse are the people who promote it, like the total con men and charlatans who promote it, right? These medical doctors, people who, and believe me, they're not dietitians either, which is an important distinction there, by the way, who promote taking it a step further, right? And when you do this, we are falling into you're falling into eating disorder category. Because I get, and even though I have my views on that with something like veganism, I do get that many vegans believe they're doing the morally right thing, okay? Right? Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I'll accept that. Many of them I don't think it is, but I'll say the majority it is, okay? And I think vegans will largely agree. You don't need to make it more extreme than that. You're already doing something extreme that you believe is morally justified. So if a person does that and says, I'm going to go on raw foods too, I'm going to be nothing but a raw food vegan. Okay? You've now taken your moral stance. It might not be an eating disorder yet, and you've just turned it into an eating disorder because you have now left the territory of morality. You're not going to cook your food. You eat only raw. Well, this is also where the nutritional deficiencies start going up. Okay, because now we're eliminating more foods. Not only are we eliminating cooked vegetables and things which have better nutritional value, and let's be very clear there, cooking most of your vegetables improves total net nutrient absorption. It's also largely better for you. I'm not saying it's always the case with fruits. Fruits are a little different. Vegetables, absolutely. Okay, you're going to take that to that extreme. You're cutting out whole food groups too, these entire categories of highly nutritious food, because a lot of it you can't handle raw. Okay, we're now knocking out a lot of grains, everything else. All right, this is extreme and it's dangerous and it's stupid and it's harmful, and anyone promoting it is being harmful. Carnivore, let's talk about that. All right, ketogenic diet's already bad enough problems here. There's enough issues here already, and I don't think we need to fully address what all of them are. Not in the scope of this video. I tend to be of the opinion that unless you are doing a water cut specifically to make weight in something, or you've been prescribed a ketogenic diet by a medical professional, I don't think you should be doing a normal deep keto diet. Okay, the regular standard SKD. So this is extreme, and it has risks and complications. So people take it another step and go, you know what, I'm just going to start cutting all the fruits and vegetables out. We're going to go all animal source. Okay? You just took an extreme diet that already has health complications and risks and said, let's take it to a whole nother tier. So instead of taking one of the foods that we know when eaten in excess causes health problems, and that is not a statement that you can disagree with medically, okay, right, because of all the saturated fat. I'm not saying saturated fat in moderation is harmful, mind you, okay? I want to make that clear, right? Eaten in excess, we know it's bad. We know it's bad. Pretty well documented in the literature. So let's just comprise our entire diet of it now. And the foods that would be protective and cardioprotective against moderate amounts of saturated fat, which is why we can get away with eating it, right? Our diet's rich in fruits and vegetables. We can handle it to a greater degree, right? It raises the ceiling of how much of it we can tolerate without some health issues. It's cardioprotective. Let's just cut all that out. Okay? Because we weren't extreme enough before. Now we need to go all animal product so that we can die young and have terrible performance in the gym and as athletes and everything else. So let's have bad performance and die young while doing a restrictive diet that reduces our enjoyment and quality of life. Okay, see where I'm going here? I mean, I get it. Okay, you're going to do a restrictive diet and limit yourself, but there's health and performance benefits. Okay, all right, so we're getting a trade-off. But instead, we're going to follow a really restrictive diet that makes us restrict a lot of what we can eat and enjoy and our quality of life, but it makes us weaker and it makes us suck in the gym. Where anyone points out, well, this person, no. All right, I'm 46 years old. I will take goofy-ass Sean Baker. You put him through the lifts that I do, real lifts, not fake show-off lifts, real contested lifts. I will smoke his ass. And I'm an old man, too. And I eat an ultra-high carbohydrate diet, right? So I don't want to hear that crap. Nonsense. Guy is not strong. He's not athletic. Shut up. He's not. Showboat lifts for high reps on lifts that let you add 200 pounds to the bar over the traditional lift. Okay? Yeah. Hurts your performance. Hurts your muscle growth. Hurts your health. All right, that's extreme. That's stupid. That's dangerous. All right? Stop it. All of you promoting it, all these things, stop it. You're hurting people. And you're bad people for it. Just stop.